TomoNews presents Cosplayers. Sword-wielding Joker gets nabbed by cops. Winchester, Virginia police officers had an exciting Friday last week when they got word of an overly enthusiastic Joker cosplayer wielding a sword and hauling it about in public. Said Joker cosplayer is one Jeremy Putnam. Age 31, this guy seriously likes the clown prince of crime. And while this is a very accurate Joker makeup job, Virginia ain't Gotham, yo. Old Dominion law stipulates it's a felony for an adult to wear a mask in public. A Class 6 felony that carries a maximum of 5 years in prison, no less. So it was his deft makeup face job that got him charged, and not the fact that he was allegedly hauling a sword around in public. His buddies tell a different story. In a Change.org petition to get Putnam free, they claim he was carrying a cane and not a sword. Putnam's currently being held in an adult detention center on a $2,000 bond. Either way, let's hope the cops don't roll up on a comic book convention anytime soon. Can you imagine what the cells would look like?
Police in the UK are searching for a woman who assaulted a teenage girl in the town of York on April 26th, dressed as the Incredible Hulk. The assault occurred shortly after 3 a.m. near the McDonald's restaurant on Blake Street. Outside the restaurant, some late-night snackers had gathered, among them a 17-year-old girl. Shortly after 3 a.m., the painted and bewigged woman, believed to be in her late teens to early 20s, lashed out. The irritable Hulk approached the teenager and, without provocation, assaulted the 17-year-old. The attack left the girl with a black eye and bruised face. Police said she was lucky to escape without more serious injuries.
Stormtrooper outfit puts jumpy townsfolk into panic mode. A Kansas Star Wars fan with an interest in dressing up caused a disturbance in the force this week when a trip outside to film some Vine videos sent businesses into lockdown. Restaurant manager Chris Burns, who prefers the name Stormtrooper Sam, was walking the streets of Salina, Kansas around 1 p.m. on Monday in full Empire getup, including a toy gun. A returned veteran and a local travel agent saw this and identified the non-threat as a man with an AK-47 assault rifle. The employee got on the phone to police, presumably telling them an armed man in body armor was roaming the streets. The business was promptly advised to go into lockdown and wait for police. Units responded. If you walk around like that, people will call us, police told him. Yet, had the gun been real, he still would have been within his rights. I knew I wasn't doing anything illegal, he later told some bored local reporters.
Taiwanese high school students slammed for Nazi dress-up event. A group of Taiwanese students goose-stepped into worldwide infamy by parading around as Nazi soldiers at a cosplay event last Friday. The incident happened during the Guangfu High School's annual celebration in the northern city of Hsinchu. History teacher Liu Shuzheng said his students voted to dress up as Nazis for the festivities, rejecting his own idea of an Arabian cosplay theme. They went full springtime for Hitler, wearing black Nazi uniforms with swastika armbands and waving Nazi flags. One dude even rode in a cardboard tank while doing the Nazi salute. But when photos of the parade were shared on the school's Facebook page and an online academic bulletin board, they went viral, sparking outrage pretty much everywhere. Taiwan's presidential office called the incident regrettable and disappointing. Both Germany and Israel's missions in Taiwan issued statements condemning the Nazi cosplay, with Israel's office calling it deplorable and shocking. The German Institute in Taipei said it was unfortunate the students didn't understand that Nazi symbols represent the oppression of human rights. On Sunday, the school's principal took full responsibility for the incident and resigned. Regrettably, Nazi imagery is not an uncommon sight in Taiwan. In 2014, an Italian restaurant in New Taipei City had to apologize after people complained about a new pasta dish called Long Live the Nazis. What, no one thought of Mussolini macaroni? This food stall in the southern city of Kaohsiung sells pork knuckles, which Taiwanese associate with German cuisine, and hence, the Hitler image. And these two bozos apparently saw nothing wrong with dressing up in Waffen-SS and Hitler Youth uniforms, and then hopping on Taipei's metro last Saturday. But high school teacher Liu really should have known better, considering he has a degree in Western history. Liu apologized, telling Taiwan's Apple Daily newspaper he failed in his duties as a teacher. He said he tried but didn't manage to properly explain to his students why dressing up as Nazis was a bad idea. Maybe he should have tried a little harder, yeah?
The Business of Being Yaya Han, Cosplay Superstar.
Hi, I'm Yaya Han.
Yaya Han is a world-renowned costume designer and cosplayer. Han is one of the few people who've been able to make a business out of the hobby of cosplay. Lesson 1. When there's no path to follow, blaze one yourself. When Yaya started out in 1999, costumes were a hobby, paid convention appearances were unheard of, and social media would take another 10 years to develop. In the meantime, Yaya and many others endured a lot of trial and error as they turned a passion into a profession.
But it's not like I went to school for business, so everything I've done is very, like, I hope this works, and, you know, it's like sort of letting your instinct guide you.
Lesson 2. Provide something valuable. For Yaya, her passion was the love of the costumes, the characters, and the craftsmanship. She started sewing at age 16 and has made more than 300 costumes over her career.
Being able to make cosplay into a potential business is really about you doing it for yourself, doing it for your own personal reasons, and really offering a product, offering either service or product or something that people want.
Lesson 3. Be patient. Author Malcolm Gladwell said you need 10,000 hours to develop expertise. Yaya had 10 years of honing her craft before turning pro.
You can't just expect people to give you money because you're pretty. For me, it took 10 years before I was able to make this into a living.
Besides getting paid for appearances and speaking engagements, Yaya also sells costume accessories on her online store. These days, she no longer designs costumes for the general public. Instead, she focuses her efforts on personal costumes and major products, including TV, film, and event promotion.
It really is it's a unique merge of fan expression and creativity. That's what cosplay is to me. So.
For TomoNews in Los Angeles, I'm Sasha Horn.
Cosplayer sparks airport terror alert with toy gun. A cosplayer sparked a full-blown terror alert when he decided to stroll through Birmingham Airport dressed in black and armed with a toy rifle. It appears that the man was on his way to the Insomnia 6D gaming festival that was being held close to the airport, so what better way to get there than through the actual airport? He was apparently dressed in black and carrying a fake rifle with a telescopic sight, ammo clips, and a helmet. That's when 4 armed police officers and 1 unarmed officer stopped the cosplayer to ask him some questions. They also had some strong words of advice for the lad. A spokeswoman for the Birmingham Airport confirmed that the authorities spoke to the gamer in the terminal, but he was eventually allowed to go on his way.
Fans of all things otaku have descended on Los Angeles for the annual Anime Expo. While fans line up for panels and merchandise for their favorite anime and manga, that's cartoons and comics for you uncultured swine, the centerpiece of the event is always the hordes of cosplayers who dress up as their favorite characters. There are an estimated 20,000 cosplayers each day of the 4-day convention, including probably the world's sexiest cosplayer, Playboy Bunny Hollywolf. Group costumes of cartoon, comic, and video game characters are always popular. And while some cosplayers pour their heart, soul, time, and money into their costumes, others a little less so.
Chewie and Han Solo pulled over by cop. While Chewbacca and Han Solo regularly outrun Imperial spacecraft in the Millennium Falcon, on a Hummer they were no match for a police cruiser in the Texas city of Fulshear. Dashcam footage shows an officer questioning Chewie, possibly for drunk driving, before Han Solo jumps out and offers his Wookiee translating services. The pair told the cop they were headed to a Star Wars premiere, so naturally all these Sith Lords were in attendance. A quip from Vader had the cop quickly assuring the motley crew that he was also part of the Force, and join them he did. Never mind that the only space left for him was the trunk. After the party of 6 piled into the SUV and went off to see The Force Awaken, a Jawa shows up to hijack the abandoned police car. No doubt wanting a bit of fun himself, the tiny humanoid gets behind the wheel and drives off. The video was all a hilarious bit of fun from Full-Shear Police, who pulled out all the stops in honor of the new Star Wars film.
Taiwan's Blitz Con votes for most popular cosplay winner. Taiwan's Blitz Con team has been decided after the Taiwan Championship tournament, where 4 teams competed to qualify for the Heroes of the Storm World Championship at BlitzCon 2015. But before all that started, there was a cosplay competition. Fans were allowed to vote for their favorite cosplayer. Song Mu-zhen, dressed as Kerrigan, the Queen of Blades, won after the gathered audience cast their votes. Zong explained she and 2 friends had worked on the costume for over 3 weeks, and she was thankful to all the support from her friends and family, and she was especially teary by the time she thanked her cat. The winning team from Taiwan will go on to compete with 7 other teams for the World Championship.
Portly beauty pageant. 220-plus pound obese women compete for title in Japan. Being fat is definitely not the end of the world. In fact, there are even obese standards for beauty. A portly beauty pageant was recently held in Japan for obese women who weighed at least 220 pounds. Each lady had 10 minutes to show off their talents while photo shoots were held to satisfy the fans. A cosplayer named Lu was named the champion, and she has already released several sexy portrait albums on Amazon. The first runner-up was an adult video star. The portly beauty pageant has won lots of positive support from obese celebrities. Cha-Cha Chen, an actress weighing 230 pounds, says she thinks portly beauty pageants are a brilliant idea.
肥都有靚嘅，咁啊可以俾啲肥啊覺得自己唔係異類啦，咁又可以選美喎，當還個心願。所以我覺得好多肥妹咧冇真正咧去研究過自己個樣，去化個靚妝。我哋又覺得可能化妝啊，為咩打扮咁靚，為咩？我哋又可以有個目標喎。
What do you think about the contestants of portly beauty pageants?
Batman moves from Gotham City to the Tokyo suburbs. I'm Batman. This guy needs no introduction. You know all about the Dark Knight, the Caped Crusader, right? Batman usually protects Gotham City, but it seems our hero has moved to Japan, specifically the Tokyo suburbs. Don't believe me? It's okay if you don't, but I know I'm not alone. Check out this video of the Winged Avenger someone caught on the expressway in Chiba, Japan. Okay, so it really isn't Bruce Wayne, but just some middle-aged Japanese dude from Chiba Prefecture in Japan, which is how he became named Chi Batman. By the way, this could only happen in Japan. Only there will his cape not get caught in his motorcycle's tire and not cause any wrecks as rubberneckers gawk and snap pictures. Even still, we're not really sure what the official police stance on this would be. Oh, and in case you're wondering, these guys are actually the ones who protect Tokyo proper, just across the bay. We're waiting for the inevitable crossover video to drop.
Cosplaying as a job? 22-year-old Taiwanese girl earns 70,000 new Taiwan dollars a month.
Hello， 大家好，我是小佑。我玩 cosplay 已经有6年的时间了。那希望大家会喜欢我的作品，谢谢。
Cosplaying as the Vocaloid Hatsune Miku. 22-year-old Little Weasel shares her experience with everyone that cosplay can be seen as a career too. When she was 17, she participated in her first cosplay event and completely fell in love with cosplaying. She then spent her savings to buy her first costume, and then came up with the idea to sew a costume by herself afterwards. Eventually, her interest became her career.
有兴趣的话，我是觉得最主要的，然后就会觉得就是做起来不会觉得很痛苦或是怎么样，因为毕竟是自己喜欢做。像有一些就是裙子啊，我特别喜欢那种，我做起来就会很快乐。
She started to sell her handmade costumes online and sold more than 300 costumes in 4 years.
我就总话可以差不多2000、3000。
Her highest record was selling 22 costumes in 1 month, earning more than 70,000 new Taiwan dollars.